Good morning, students. So today we're going to solve question 1 from GATE CSE 2025 set 1. The question states that Ravi had underscore younger brother who taught at underscore university. He was widely regarded as underscore honorable man, right? So with these underscores, these missing these blanks that we are given, we have to select the correct option sequence with the correct articles. Articles, as you all must know, or I will remind you, that a, an and the are articles which are used in English grammar, right? So these are the articles that we have to use these articles to fill these blanks, right? So the options must reflect these articles, and they actually do. All of these articles present in the options. Now we have to check for these which particular articles can be fitted into these blanks correctly, right? Before we go into that, there is a rule regarding how do we apply articles into sentences. This is a rule of grammar. I will remind you of this, right? So in grammar, in English actually, there are two kinds of alphabets. First is vowels, right? Vowels, A, E, I, O, U. It is believed that the basic sounds of any thing that you're saying are always composed of vowels. You cannot use a non-vowel. For example, B. For example, B cannot be said without in the end of the day, end of it, you are mentioning in at least in pronunciation, a small amount of E, right? B, E, B. Right? So all the consonants, all the alphabets that are not vowels are also composed of vowels at their ends. This is the basic assumption that is there in English, right? So that is the vowels and consonants. Now for if a word starting of a word sounds like a vowel, right, sounds like a vowel, then we use an and there, If the starting of the word sounds like a consonant, then we use a there, right? And if we are we are talking about general stuff, then we can use a or an. But if we are talking about something that we have already talked about before, and we are specifying more into that, going more into that, then we use the letter the, right? For example, a cat could basically refer to any cat that is present in the world. But once we have talked about some cat that we in speech, then we can use the cat to further increase the narrative towards that cat, what that cat did, right? So that is the difference between and an and the, right? I suppose that you must have understood this. It's actually a very straightforward concept. If you don't understand this concept very well, you can watch any video on articles on YouTube. They will explain to you very well, right? It's a very simple concept actually. Now let's go here, right? Ravi had dash younger brother. So let's go over this word younger, right? Younger. Y is being pronounced first, right? Y is being pronounced first. So here in this blank, it cannot be an, right? It cannot be an an. It could only be a or a the, right? Now this younger brother that we are talking about, is this being present in this sentence? Is this a sole sentence? We are starting a new paragraph, we are starting a new topic. If that were to be the case, then we are going to use a. If we have already talked about younger brother, if this sentence is used in some place where the younger brother has already been told to the audience, then the would be used. So we don't really know what that would be, so let's move on, right? But we know where the options for a and the is present, so it could be first option A or second option B. Now let's move forward. Younger brother who taught at dash university, right? University. Now let's pronounce with me university, right? It is starting with U, but is it using U as the first word? University, right? It sounds like you're speaking the first word as Y, U. If you were to speak U, right, the same pronunciation you're using at the start of university, right? So it is starting with a sound that is of a consonant. Hence, there would not be a an cannot be used here. An cannot be used here because the first pronunciation is that of a consonant, right? So again, a or the can be used here, right? At the university, taught at the university, a university, right? He was widely regarded as dash honorable man, right? Now H is a consonant, we all know that, but the thing about this is that consonant, the pronunciation of honorable, right? Honorable, right? It is more inclined towards your A and your E, right? Honorable. So that is why here there could be an or a the depending upon the context, right? Now let's see that if the is used here, then the would be used everywhere, right? Let's put the there and let's see how it is pronounced, right? Ravi had the younger brother who taught at the university. He was widely regarded as the honorable man, right? So it is very, very, very specific, right? It's almost so specific that it sounds sarcastic, right? And it is not very reasonable to assume that there would be that kind of paragraph can be written had the younger brother being used as a general concept throughout the narrative, and university has also used as a general narrative, and then honorable man has also used as a general narrative in the whole paragraph, right? That is a very unreasonable assumption. So let's remove the option here. If the is not present in one of them, the is not present in any of them, right? So what is the sequence that we get? We get a from this, right? This is a from this and a from this and from this, right? So a and, right? And which option is that? The first option. And hence I have solved the question. I know it's a very simple question, grammar is very simple topic, I know, but many times people will do commit mistake commit a silly mistake here, because they will see a u here, they will mark a b as the answer, because mark b or c as the option, also, because an is used here, so they will actually go for this and they will use a here, that is correctly, but they will then again at the end use a here because they see a consonant, h is a consonant, so they directly apply. But obviously in English grammar sometimes there are words and context that you must know, and that is only going to come after practice, and that is practice man, that is what you require for aptitude, right? I hope you learned something. Have a very good day. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and goodbye.